Now, I'd like to recognize another good friend from the state of South Carolina, Gresham Barrett.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. Mr. Speaker, President John Adams once said, "The highest story of the American Revolution is this. It connected in one indissoluble bond the principles of civil government with the principles of Christianity." So often we hear about the idea of separation of church and state. Mr. Speaker, I believe in the idea of separation of church, a distinction worth noting. Our founding fathers never believed that faith should be taken out of our lives. However, they did believe that government should not interfere with an individual's faith. Unfortunately, in the society in which we live today, this distinction has been ignored. Faith has been forced out of everyday lives, and it saddens me, Mr. Speaker. The faith of the American people remains at the center of our great nation. Our founding fathers were faithful men who believed every individual had the right to express their religious beliefs without fear of persecution or discrimination. It was Thomas Jefferson, Mr. Speaker, who first uttered the term separation of church and state. Indeed believed that faith played a vital role in the government of our nation. While president, Jefferson said, "No nation has ever existed or been governed without religion, nor can be." During his public life, Jefferson urged local government officials to make land available specifically for Christian purposes, chose to attend church each Sunday at the Capitol, and even provided the service with paid government musicians to assist in the worship. Jefferson proposed that the Great Seal of the United States depict a story from the Bible and include the word God in its motto, and closed his presidential documents with the phrase, "In the year of our Lord Christ," by the President, Thomas Jefferson. Mr. Speaker, I'm thankful to be able to address this House on this subject and for the opportunity to co-sponsor legislation designating an American Religious History Week. By their actions, our founding fathers showed us that faith and government can and should exist together. It's important for those here and now and future generations, Mr. Speaker, to remember the religious heritage of our nation. I'm convinced that it's only by God's grace that our nation has survived the many trials and tests we've experienced. And I will continue to turn to God to seek His guidance and make decisions affecting our country, and believe by remaining faithful, our nation will continue to thrive as a beacon of hope in the future. I pray, Mr. Speaker, that God will continue to bless America. I yield back.
Thank you, Gresham, for those words of wisdom. Now I'd like to recognize from Michigan, Thaddeus McCotter.